It's October! Hi book babes, my name is Ainsley and welcome to my library. For today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my October TBR. First of all, cannot believe that it is October. What? That's crazy to me. I feel like it was just July, genuinely. Today, I just want to give you guys kind of a TBR and it's kind of ambitious. I have 6 books on my TBR and I normally read around 4, 5, 6 depending on the month. However, it is October, I am in college, therefore I have midterms. Boo. So with midterms happening and everything, I'm not sure how much reading time I'm going to be able to dedicate. I'm going to try my hardest. I've already picked out a couple days where I'm like, this is a reading day. This is we do not do work after we get off our shift. We do not do homework after we get home from class. I've just picked out like 4 days this month where I'm just dedicating it to reading and nothing else, which will be really, really good for me. So I'm hoping that I get to stick to that because I am somebody who I'm just go, go, go. So the first book that I am reading in October is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, and I am so excited. I love how I'm acting like I'm not in it. I'm already in it. I started this book this previous Friday. It's Sunday, so I started a couple days ago. I'm on chapter 9 and I can totally understand why people said this book like pulls you in and captivates you. If you guys are going to come back next week to my channel, there is going to be a reading vlog of me reading this book. So stay on the lookout for that. That is upcoming. I do have that book coming up, so just get excited about that. We follow Violet and she goes to this war college where she is in the rider quadrant, which what that means is she pretty much just rides dragons, and she's honestly, the best way I can say it is she's like the Dauntless. If we're talking in terms of Divergent, her quadrant is the most like Dauntless, the Dauntless faction. So that's just the best way that I can put it. I'm seeing a lot of parallels between the Hunger Games and Divergent, and there was one other that I was like, I can totally see parallels, but I can't remember it. But so far I am loving this book. It is so fast paced. There is a lot of fighting. There's just a lot of strong characters, a lot of death, just dragons also. I'm not a big dragon gal, but this book is really, really changing my mind. It's cool. Last October, I started this book and then I didn't finish this book. And the reason is because last October 20th, I had sinus surgery and I thought I would just be able to like take the week and just read a whole bunch of books. But I didn't realize the massive migraines and headaches that you get from a sinus surgery. So this was my second sinus surgery. My first one wasn't a true sinus surgery, but this past one definitely was. So I didn't realize the amount of headache and just like pain that you have up there. So I thought I was going to get through this book and the sequel, but I didn't. And that's sad. But that is Witch Please. This book, I am literally halfway through it, and don't judge me, but a gauze from my surgery. Not bloody or anything, it's totally clean. But my gauze has been the bookmark for the past year, so yeah. I also want to finish Boss Witch, which these are they're in a series together. I'm not sure if I'm going to read the third. It just doesn't seem that appealing to me. But in this series, we follow cousins, and it is just basically about them living together and finding love as witches. And I know that as a Christian, we should not really be reading witchy books. But in these 2 books, there is no dark magic present. And they use their powers for good. Like they literally have a store called Fix It Witches, and it's just them helping people fix stuff. So that is okay with me. As soon as dark magic makes an appearance, I immediately put the book down. But so far, there has not been any dark magic. The closest we've gotten is like they have a coven meeting, but it's really just like a book club. So I'm okay with reading these books. But I definitely have to keep my heart in check when reading these books. This is Danica Waterhouse, and this is Clementine Waterhouse, which I've never wanted to name my daughter Clementine, but I'm really wanting to now because that is just so cute. This one, Danica is falling in love with a normal, average human man. He is a baker and he's like the hunk of the town, basically. So she is falling in love with him. Clementine, however, her love story is going to be a little bit tricky, and she's actually falling in love with a witch hunter. So I feel like this love story is going to be so many more twists and turns than this one. This one is just like cute and lighthearted, but this one we're going to get some drama. Next up, I'm so sorry. I've already talked about most of these books like 3 times on my channel so far. I am sorry. So last week I did a fall book haul. I'm going to link it up here if you guys want to just go check it out. Over here. I'm linking it over here if you guys want to go check it out. One of the books I hauled is Rules for Vanishing by Kate Alice Marshall. This book is, I think, going to be my first horror book that I've ever read or like intentionally put energy into reading. Yeah. In this book, we follow Sarah, and Sarah lives in a small town, and last year she actually lost her sister. So her sister Becca went missing. Nobody knows where she is, but Sarah knows exactly where Becca is. And that is because once a year in her town, a road will appear. And the best way I can describe it is it seems like it's going to be like Caraval, that book, where like you just genuinely have no idea what's going on. You kind of just enter it. That's essentially what this is. There's a road, there's a ghost named Lucy, and Lucy is pretty much just going to be throwing so much at you, challenges, games. She's going to make it extremely difficult for you to get off the path, right? However, if you do get off the path, you're kind of stuck there. So Sarah knows that with Becca's little adventurous heart that she probably went on this road and she probably veered off of it. So Sarah, being the good sister that she is, gets a group of her friends together and they are on a mission to go get Becca back home. So I think reading it Friday, the night of the 13th in October will literally be the best time to read this book. So I'm excited. Stay tuned for a reading vlog that's coming out with that. Next up, we have The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I've already talked about this book so many times on this channel. I'm so sorry, you guys. But basically we follow Cassie, and Cassie is super gifted, super intelligent in like FBI area. So the FBI pretty much seeks Cassie out and is like, hey, we're going to put you up in an apartment. We're going to get like 4 other people with similar abilities as you. And you guys are pretty much just going to be solving FBI cold cases. So that is what this book is following. It is a teenage Criminal Minds. Think of a bunch of Spencer Reeds in an apartment building together solving cold cases. That is what this book is going to be. Last but not least, I have What Happens After Midnight by K.L. Walther. I read The Summer of Broken Rules and I gave that book 5 stars, and this book I definitely want to read it. Again, kind of giving me November vibes similar to The Naturals. So if I don't get to this book this month, I'm okay with that. How like October-y this cover is though. Like it is just screaming fall, November, October, all that, personally. I have no idea how it takes place in May whenever it looks like a fall read. Whatevs. In this book, we follow Lily, and Lily goes to a boarding school and she feels like she's missed out on her high school experience. However, whenever a chance comes around for her to be part of the senior prank, she is going, heck yeah, count me in, because she does feel like she's missed out on that key, crucial, playful, prankster, juvenile part of high school. So she's definitely taking part in this prank, kind of trying to prove a point. I think she's also low-key gonna fall in love. I don't really know what to expect in this book, but I'm definitely very excited. I am a big fan of the boarding school trope. I honestly think that's not a trope. It's not a trope. I'm a big fan of the boarding school setting, especially in YA books. I've read so many fantastic YA books, and simply because of the boarding school aesthetic, I rated it really good. Well, that is all the books that I'm going to be reading this month of October. I am very excited to get to some of these reads. Again, I'm already trying to tell myself that it's okay if I don't get to all of them, because some of them do make sense to be reading in different months, but I definitely want to prioritize the first 4 that I mentioned today. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how much time I'm going to be able to dedicate to these books in this month because, like I said, it's midterms for college, but also Halloween season is just a great time to do a bunch of outreach church-wise. So I have a bunch of events that I am planning and being a part of this month. So October is going to be essentially the busiest month this year, but I am so ready for the challenge. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment down below what books you are going to be reading this October. I am so excited, and hopefully that'll inspire me to maybe buy some more books. Who knows? I probably will. So comment down below. But I hope that you guys read some amazing books this October. I hope that you guys read some amazing ones in September. And I hope that you guys are just gearing up for the spooky season and that you are setting aside time for some self-care and some self-love, because I love you guys and I want you guys to be well. So I will see you guys next Thursday. Bye!